This is our new standalone bobbin winder. It has a very nice clean layout, has a power source which is just a plug in the wall type, easy to use. There are several improvements on our previous model, and I'll explain them in detail starting with the control panel. Here's the control panel of the unit. It features a power on-off switch, a speed control. We had many requests to have a variable speed control. Seems that very delicate threads wind better at a slower speed, so we made this speed adjustable from about 1,000 RPM to 3,000 RPM. The last model we have ran at 2,000 RPM. Then we have a start-stop switch, which starts the motor if it's stopped and stops the motor if it's running. And we have an autofill selector here, which turns the unit off when the bobbin is full. Now it has two settings, 1 and 2, and you can calibrate this to fill bobbins of two different sizes by selecting position 1 or 2. These settings, once they are set, will remain even if the power is removed. Next time you turn it on, it will be the same as you set it up last time. So let me demonstrate how that works now. Before I go further, I should explain perhaps the biggest improvement I think that this one has. The spindle on this winder has a flexible spindle such that it will accept many different kinds of bobbins without having to adjust anything at all. This, for instance, is a bobbin from a long arm quilter. It fits on there very nicely, winds. This is a featherweight bobbin. It has difficulty for many users because the narrow opening here makes it difficult to sense when the bobbin is full. It fits on here very nicely. No adjustment required on the spindle. A Pfaff bobbin, no problem. This is a bobbin from a Viking, a green bobbin, which is difficult because one side of the bobbin is a narrower diameter slightly than the other. So it's hard to adjust for that, but because this is flexible, it accepts it very nicely. Okay, I'm going to go on and explain this autofill function now. Okay, I'm going to thread this unit up first. So I take a spool of thread, go up through the thread stand, and down to the tensioner. I'm going to try and do this without getting my big hands in the way, so you can see how this works. It goes through a little eyelet here, goes around behind the tension discs, and you have to be sure that that's pulled in so you have tension on the thread. Okay, I'm going to set it up to wind a bobbin. Let's just take a standard size bobbin like this, put on here, and we will wind this from the bottom since it turns clockwise. Take out the slack, cut off the excess. So if we press this in autofill 1, the button is set up so that the circuit recognizes a long press. A long press, I've decided, is a count of 5. When it sees a long press, it starts to count how many times the bobbin rotates and stores that in memory. So let's do that. Let's just do start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release it. Then we'll let the bobbin go ahead and fill on its own. When it reaches a point where we say that's a full bobbin, we depress the button again, and that is now remembered by the circuit as the full bobbin setting for position 1. So if we wind another one, the same way, winding from the bottom, here we go, inside the bobbin. This is calibrated now so that this size bobbin will fill and turn off automatically. So I'm going to push the start button. Now it doesn't matter whether I'm going fast or slow because it counts the number of turns, so it would just take longer at a slower speed and less time at an upper speed. Okay, now it should shut off, and it did on its own right there at the same fullness that the last one was. Now if you have two different machines, say you have a FAF and you have a long arm, you can put the long arm here, do the same procedure in autofill position 2, and it will set the unit up to fill this size bobbin on position 2. So anytime you use position 2, it will fill this size bobbin. Position 1 will fill this size bobbin. So this is our standalone bobbin winder. We are marketing it as the K-kraft Super Winder. It has features you are not likely to find on other standalone winders, such as a variable speed, a autofill feature which can electronically remember two different settings and repeat them very accurately, a flexible spindle which accepts many types of bobbins. In fact, I have not had a bobbin that won't fit on this spindle. So thank you for watching.